Hello friends, welcome to our channel, The Croons. The DV lottery program of United States is now open for application. So we're gonna guide you step by step on how to do it. Today we're going to apply for the DV program of United States, the Diversity Immigrant Visa program. So first of all, what is this DV program? So if you haven't heard that yet, now it's a time for you to know about it. It's also called Green Card Lottery Program. Lottery is like lotto. So if you get to be chosen, you're gonna get a green card, but not automatically, because there's also interview and you have to submit some documents to prove your education, that you're skilled, and so on and so forth. So if you don't have any special skill and you're gonna have a problem when you go to the United States because you're gonna be jobless anyway, then 100% you're not gonna be approved. Okay, because you will be a liability, a burden to the United States. So my husband can apply. So to double our chances, I'm also going to apply. And although I'm a Norwegian citizen, I should be able to apply, right? But no, I can't, because I was born in the Philippines. So it's not allowed. Although I don't have dual citizenship, I'm just Norwegian, I'm still not qualified. Not an end game there, I can still apply. But then I can use the citizenship of my husband. So I can apply and use his eligibility. So I can do that. So we have double chances to win. We have two chances to be chosen in the lottery program. And you can also choose the citizenship of your parents. In case, for example, you were born in the Philippines, but you have like European parents, if they're not a legal resident in the country where you were born, a country which is not eligible. So if the country of your parents are okay, for example, like Lithuania, Norway, then you can apply. So if my husband gets to be chosen, I go with him anyway because I'm his legal wife. And if I get to be chosen, he comes with me because he's my legal husband. This application is totally free. You just have to apply online and send it. So if you're lucky, you have a chance to get the green card. I read that 55,000 visas will be given away, but they choose about 100,000 applicants because they always assume that not all these people will be approved anyway. You know, based on education, you know, you have to submit documentation, there's interview, and if you're qualified, then you can get a visa. Or some people just change their mind and decide not to go anyway. So not all the ones chosen get their green card. Next question is, who can apply? If you are born in an eligible country, then you can apply. And who are these people who can apply? Those who are born in countries that have sent more than like 50,000 immigrants to the United States are automatically disqualified. Like, for example, Philippines, Brazil, China, and Mexico, and many others. They have been sending a lot of immigrants to the United States because of family relations. They've been petitioned by families so they could go to the United States. So there's a lot of them. But for other people, like my husband, who is a native of Lithuania, he is qualified to apply. So the country, Lithuania, is eligible. So he would like to apply. By the way, why he wants to go to United States? He lives in a beautiful country, Norway, where there are a lot of opportunities, good work, good weather. No, not good weather because it's very cold. Summer is good, but winter is not. And you never get hungry here, and the crime is very low. Yes, it is an expensive country, but nevertheless, you will never be hungry and never be homeless. We don't have homeless people in Norway. The government always helps you. and nobody cheats on their taxes. My husband is going to apply. He loves United States, so it's not that he's gonna leave Norway right away. So it's just a challenge in life. When he was younger, much younger, he lived in United States and studied at the University of Minnesota. So he loves the life, the American life. And me, most of my family, my relatives live in United States, and including my friends. Two of my siblings live in United States, and my aunts and uncles and cousins live there, and my best friends all live in United States. So I have many friends too in Philippines, left behind in Philippines, but most of them are in United States. In Norway, I'm alone. I have no family here. It's just my husband and my child. So every year you have a chance to join this program to get a green card. So last year we tried to join, and unfortunately we were not chosen. But the niece of my husband got chosen. You see, sometimes it's a matter of luck. But because of the pandemic, are you really going to United States? You cannot go there anyway. So, but this pandemic is not forever. It's gonna end somehow, okay? I'm not used to this kind of vlogging. I'm just holding a selfie stick using my phone. So if it's gonna shake a little bit from time to time, please forgive me, okay? We're not going to United States anytime soon. We're not going anywhere actually, especially now. So we're just staying in Norway. But anyway, for the sake of just this application, submitting an application, I'm sure many will be interested. Please watch the video and I'll give you step-by-step instruction on how to do it. So why is it called DV 2022? It's because you apply this year, 2020, you get the result 2021, and the procedure, the process of application is actually very long. There's a series of interviews, probably something like that, a lot of documents to submit. So it's gonna take time. Maybe by the time you get approved, you're gonna be there in the year 2022. So it's just like that. But because of pandemic, even if you get to be chosen, you get approved, you cannot go anyway. So we hope the pandemic will be finished, will be over. Vaccine, let's wait for that. Okay, let's continue. To proceed, you have to go to the website of this DV lottery program, DV 2022. Application for this lottery, green card lottery, is not available all year round. There's a limited time when you can apply. So let's continue and start the application process. Click Begin Entry. And the page is going to take you to this authentication code to make sure you are not a robot. This is actually pretty basic. You have to write your family name, your first name, and your middle name if you have. If you don't have a middle name, take no middle name. And you have to identify yourself if you're a male or a female. And your birth date as well. Then your birth city, city of birth, if you know it. And your country of birth, the country where you were born. And this item number 6, country of eligibility for the DV program. This is very important. You have to read this carefully. Your country of eligibility will normally be the same as your country of birth. Your country of eligibility is not related to where you live. If you were born in a country that is not eligible for the DV program, please go to explanation of country of eligibility to see if there is another option available in your case. So, are you claiming eligibility based on the country where you were born? Yes, if your country is eligible. Like my husband, he's from Lithuania, he's eligible, it's a yes. And if it's, for example, me, I was born in the Philippines, I will tick no. I will click here no. and if not, you must enter the country from which you are claiming eligibility. So I was born in the Philippines. I'm gonna choose the country here, Lithuania. I'm not gonna choose Philippines because Philippines is not eligible to join. And of course, some passport information, the details on your passport, exactly what's on the passport, your family name, first name, middle name, etc. if you have a middle name, your passport number, and expiration of the passport, as well as the country where your passport was issued. If you don't have a passport, you can click this one, passport exemption, blah blah blah. Okay, and this is so important to submit the right photograph. There is a link on the main page how you gonna, what kind of photos you should submit. Okay, the size, everything. So the photo should already be saved in your computer, so it's easy for you to just get it, attach it here. Choose new photos. So if you click that, you can attach your photo there, photo, and your mailing address. Write the proper address here, your phone number, but it's not a requirement. If you like to write your number, do so. If you don't like, it doesn't matter. And important to get to write here your correct email address. Okay, and A, write your email address, and B is just to confirm that you put in the correct email address. It's just a confirmation. You're not gonna give another email address. Okay, and what is the highest level of your education? What you have achieved as of today? Did you finish primary school only? Primary like elementary, or high school, no degree, high school degree, whatever, vocational, some university courses, university degree, and so on and so forth. Okay, and what is your marital status? You're married here. This is so important as well. Like if you're unmarried, of course you're single, and if you're married and my spouse is not a U.S. citizen or U.S. lawful permanent resident, so this is my husband from Lithuania who is applying, so he gonna click that, tick here, married and my spouse is not a U.S. citizen, because I'm not a U.S. citizen and I don't have a green card. I'm not a resident in the United States. So that would be the option for this certain application. But if your spouse is already a U.S. citizen or a U.S. lawful permanent resident, then this is the case for you. Divorced, widowed, so this is very important, so you have to read carefully. And the number of children. So this was kind of tricky for us because our child is underage, but I will just write here 0. Why? Because our child is an American citizen. He's a natural born American, so he doesn't have to be here. It says here, if your child failure to list all eligible children is grounds for disqualification. So in the future, you can bring them to the States if you get approved. So if your child is a U.S. citizen or a lawful permanent resident, do not list him or her in your entry. So I'm not gonna register our child. And then when you're done with that information, you just click continue. And if you think it's wrong or you changed your mind, just cancel entry. Okay, so you can proceed, continue. So now you go to part 2, derivatives. Here you're going to write the family name and first name and middle name, if there's any, of your spouse, and also the birth date. Then you have to identify whether your spouse is a male or a female, and also the city where your spouse was born. So also the country where your spouse was born. And just the same like in part 1, in page 1, you have to attach a photo. After everything is done, you're gonna go to this page, a summary of everything that you've filled up. So if it's correct, you will proceed. If not, you can go back and correct the information. So you have the name there, the country, and then the passport information and the mailing address, and then your information, where you live today, and including your phone and email address, and your educational attainment. And here, number 14, you got your marital status. This is a summary that you've already filled up earlier. So that's it. And if it's okay, then you just submit. So if there's any mistake, you can go back to part 1 or part 2, or you just cancel the entry entirely or submit. If you're satisfied with the information you have given, make sure you give the right information, only correct information. And now it's success. You're gonna get this thing, success, submission confirmation, entry received, success, with a entrant name, confirmation number, year of birth, and digital signature. This information you need when you check your status, if you've been approved, you've been chosen or not. So keep this information with you, or get it printed or saved on your computer or phone. Confirmation number. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet, and click like.